Hey guys, Brian here with InTune Marine, and we have an absolutely special boat here. Continuing to get this stuff over to you guys. We have an incredibly extravagant setup on this DVX22S. 5 graphs, beat down outdoors mounts, and a complete Powerhouse Lithium setup. 3 scopes. You're not gonna wanna miss this, guys. We're gonna walk through this boat head to toe. Before we walk through this boat, I really wanted to quick touch on it. This is a 2025 Vexus DVX22S. It's been wildly successful due to all the room and the jump seats in the back. Before we walk around the back, I really wanted to quick touch on the color of this boat because it is spectacular. This has been a very popular color. This is platinum. It's a really dark gray silver, it looks beautiful. Black onyx stripe, black onyx fender, which InTune's been doing for a long time. That mismatched fender looks really good. And a sleeper, that burgundy pin, it looks really, really good. So walking around the back of the boat here, a couple things to note. When we go through the extravagant setup that we're gonna go through on this boat, we have a pre-rig in the back here for an Apex track system here. We'll touch on that when we get inside. This boat is outfitted with a 15 Mercury remote kicker, a 400 Mercury V10 that has a 27 pitch prop on it. This prop is specifically for the V10. This boat has the Bennett trim tabs on it with a Bob's hydraulic jack plate. As you guys probably are aware, we're big fans of the Bob's hydraulic jack plate. This boat is also outfitted with a raw water washdown station. The pump that's in this boat is not a little drip coming out of a hose. It's a powerful hose. It works really good. We've got a lot of good feedback on that. Coming around the back side here, you're gonna see the ladder. A lot of people ask questions. Will the ladder come out with the trim tabs, a power pole, a Raptor, or a Talon? And the answer is yes. Boat buckle tie down straps. The piece that we always talk about that everybody doesn't pay attention to, but this bump out right here really showcases the customization that they're utilizing on their boats. No chafing right here. It's that small detail that separates Vexus boats. Before we jump in, one last final thing. On the proprietary Vexus door here, you'll see it looks a little bit different because InTune has outfitted this boat with a crazy Powerhouse Lithium setup. You have your power for your boat and your engines, the 16-volt electronic switch here, your drain plug, and then we have relocated the onboard charger over here. So with all that, guys, I'm really excited. Let's jump inside this thing. All right, before we jump in the boat here, up at the bow, as we'll walk up into the rig, the Minn Kota Ultrex Quest. This has been a proven trolling motor for this reason that I'm gonna show you. So this is the MSI version of the Quest. So it has the 2D mega side imaging and mega down imaging. This gentleman has gone with 2 Livescope LVS 34s on fish obsessed mounts. Incredibly hard and difficult to get these mounts. We have them in stock right now. And the reason for that is the infinite adjustability of them, and they're absolutely rock solid. Great choice right there. So one's in perspective, one's in forward. You're gonna see a lot of graphs right here. So we have a Garmin EchoMap 126SV, an 8616, and an Apex 13. And as you can see, it's on a beat down outdoors mount. This is an Ultimate. It slides up and then it also slides all the way down. This is the quick release version, so you can take the whole works off. So you don't have to worry about, you know, theft or any of that type of stuff. But one thing I want to note too before I kind of slide it up and down and showcase this mount is the attention to detail from our rigging department here at InTune Marine. Every cable back here is all labeled. We're going to give you a fighting chance. We want to label everything and make everything as easy as possible for you. So walking up here into the boat, a couple reasons. So this echo map right here is going to be for perspective mode. This 8616 is going to be for forward. 8616 being the Cadillac of the Garmin units. Customer knew that these didn't network, didn't matter to him because we have two Apex 13s on the boat, one at the console. That's going to be utilized for lake master mapping and waypoint management. Regarding the beat down outdoors mount, really cool mount. So I can slide this down. So if you're going to make a long run, super secure, rock solid. They move side to side. And we've been incredibly happy with this mount. I mean, guys, there's so many mounts on the market. We've tried them, they work, they break, all of the things, and somebody comes out with another better mount. I don't want to speak too soon, but I will say this has got to be one of the most rock solid mounts that we've ever put on a boat. And it's truly customizable. You can move it around. They utilize this flat plate here. This is called their leveling plate. And what we do here at InTune Marine in our service department is actually utilize a backer plate that has threads in it so we can through bolt the plate before we mount this on. The reason for that is we absolutely want to make it as strong as humanly possible. We know what people are doing in walleye boats, big waves. We don't want things to break, so we're going to do everything humanly possible to not allow that to happen. So we have everything up here rigged with the snake skin. There's slack here because this is going to be going up and down. The Apex 13 right here is on a Cisco track and a Cisco Marine mount. And the reason why we decided to do this is because this customer is going to unplug this at times when he decides to troll, and he's going to put it in the back of the boat, which we'll highlight. I have another track back there that's pre-rigged for an Apex. Another thing, when we set this up, everything is streamlined right here. So your sight lines are perfect. When you're on the trolling motor, whether you're left or right, nothing is going to get in your way, nothing's bumping you, and you still have the ability to fish. We have two 12-inch tracks, one on each side too. He has a pole mount for his third Livescope, which we'll touch on, which he could slide up here and utilize right here. Just an awesome, super clean setup for maximum fishability. Continuing to talk through the electronic setup that this customer went with. So we have the 3 up on the bow. We have a 4th Apex right here at the console. And then we have this additional Garmin EchoMap 126 SV. He chose to go with one at the dash because he's just going to be utilizing that for mapping, sonar. He does have mega side imaging and down imaging, but it's primarily used for waypoints and navigation. This model right here is going to be utilized on the Bruce City mount. The LVS 34 is on here on this track. Our service department rigged it. It comes out of here, so there's slack in here, which is really nice, so he can move this unit side to side if he chose to do so. We also have a custom piece underneath the console where we have it on a strap, so you don't have cable laying all over the floor. We chose, and he chose to go with that because then he can grab this pole and he can actually pull it up front if he wants to do that. So total functionality and efficiency. This is a bad machine. Couple other things here at the console of a 2025 is you're gonna notice that the dash is a little bit different, right? That's the Garmin backbone panel that Vexus is utilizing now as well. But on this video, we really wanted to highlight primarily just the extravagant setup that this customer chose to go with. And before we jump into the battery box, you know, this is what makes the 22S so popular, guys. This boat Look at all the room that we have back here. We have 2 jump seats, our live wall set up here. It's a split divider live wall that you can take the divider out if you choose to do so. Super nice, slime latch, plexiglass doors, a big platform, storage under the seats, which is fully insulated. Can be a cooler, can be additional storage, whatever you like to do. But again, I digress. I don't mean to go into more detail on the 22S. We got a lot more other videos regarding that information. This customer chose to go with 1, 2, 3 sets of smaller 6-inch tracks. So back here is where you're gonna utilize the power cable for the Apex 13 that's up on the bow. So when he decides to troll back here with his 15, he can set that up right there. Everything's super easy. With all of that being said, let's look at the heartbeat of this boat. At InTune Marine, we pride ourselves on experience and the attention to detail that we put into every single boat. This is a fine example of that. This gentleman went with a complete Powerhouse setup, and I'm gonna dive into everything that he did down to the intricate detail of the rigging that we had done with all of the labeling, etc. So, starting with the trolling motor batteries, we went with 2 36-volt lithiums in parallel that you'll see right here. The electronics battery to power all of the 5 graphs on this boat, this is a 16-volt 140 amp hour battery. So this is one of the largest batteries that you can get right here in the middle. Next to that, we have a 12-volt 100 and then a 105 crank battery with an emergency start feature. So both of these are in parallel. We've also outfitted this boat with running guns. So we have a 16-volt running gun and a 36-volt running gun, both labeled. Again, if you ever have to troubleshoot your stuff, we want to give you a fighting chance. We want to make everything as clean as possible from the rigging to the labeling. That's very, very important. Back here, well, let me touch on one other thing. The running guns are invaluable. So what they will do is when you're powering that V10 and running across the lake, it's going to push power to your trolling motor battery and your electronics battery, keeping them as full as possible. So that's a big deal. Back here, you're gonna see all of the breakers that you have. So you have your traditional breakers with the red in the back. That's gonna be for the console. Up here, again, red 36-volt trolling motor breaker. Then you're going to have your Vexus View harnesses. There's one in the bow, one in the console. We have the breakers for each running gun, and everything is labeled nice and neat. So there's a lot of breakers and stuff in here, but everything is labeled and it all makes sense. You gotta have a shut off, not just a shut off in the back. This is the primary shut off. So just an awesome setup. It's super clean. Here's an example of how nice this is gonna look in the battery box in a DVX. 5 batteries in here. The onboard charger mounts right to the wall right here. All of the lines, when we ran our home runs, and internally we call that a home run, meaning from each one of those Livescope transducers, we have bypassed the Vexus View harness and we've directly ran a wire straight back here to have the most cleanest power possible. Man, that's an awesome setup. And just touching on one thing, just in case you guys didn't know, the difference between the DVX 20 and 22 or 20S and 22S is exactly where I'm sitting right now. So the S model has the jump seats in the back, and that gives you a lot more room in here. So the regular model is going to have that horseshoe type layout where you have 2 compartments on the side. This just allows you to have more space and more room. Also in the S model, you get the in-floor storage, which is just an added bonus, honestly. And For 2025, they've now gone to the fiberglass back seats, and you can choose this color, and your pin. If you want it to be different than your boat, you absolutely can. Vexus is 100% customizable. So this customer decided to go with Wave Pros. We're big fans of those. But other than that, that's the primary difference between the two boats. We greatly appreciate you spending your time with us here at InTune Marine. We absolutely love showcasing these setups for you guys, and I know it's very helpful as you choose your next Vexus. So please, if you have any questions, give us a call at InTune Marine. We're happy to help you with one of these units. With all of that being said, guys, from Flippin, Arkansas to Richmond, Minnesota, we'll see you at the lake.